Can you still see me?
Yeah, you good.
Oh my gosh. Now my webcam ain't gonna work. Oh, I love it, bro. I love it. I keep forgetting. Welcome everybody. Sorry about that. Let me. We got an interview going this evening. It's the first one we've had going for a while. We're gonna go ahead and run this intro real quick, and then I'll let him introduce himself. Cool. How you doing, brother? Working out, I see, huh? Doing some spiritual exercise, some physical exercise. That's awesome, man. Why don't you tell everybody who you are?
What's going on, everybody? I'm Brian. I'm alcoholic. 21918.
Awesome. So, how's sobriety been for you, brother?
Man, it's been good. You know, it's a lifestyle change. It's a complete lifestyle change, and it's a good change in a good direction. You know, God, baby, good orderly direction. And that's something that I've always kind of lacked in my life. I was missing something. I've always felt like I've been missing something, and that something was God, man. And with Him in my life, I've got some strength and I got some hope, man. And I can wake up every morning and pray and meditate and ask God to direct my thinking and my actions. And that way it's like a load off my shoulders, man. As long as I got Him in my life, I know that we're going to have ups and downs, man. But when it comes down to it, everything's going to be all right.
So what was your DOC, brother?
Say that again.
What was your DOC?
DOC.
Drug of choice.
Alcohol.
Alcohol. Cunning, baffling, powerful.
Yes, everything, you know, I like it all, but it all boiled down to that. I'd start with that and finish with that for sure.
That's right. That's how we did it. So take us, tell us how your life was and what got you to the point where you thought you might need to start seeking your higher power a little bit more closely than what you did.
Well, you know, it's such a progressive disease, man, you know, and, you know, I went to college. I was an athlete, kind of went through the party stage, and it just kept progressing on me, and then it came a lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? And once I started relying on that, once I got to the point where I could not say no, I knew that then when I said, man, I got to do something. I got to make a change because I can't keep living like this. I can't be living my life being under the control of alcohol, because back then what I thought was, and it's an escape. It's gonna give me an escape from reality, and it's gonna help me be in control, because nobody can tell me what I can and cannot do. But in actuality, what it does is it brings so much control on my life by so many other people, because, man, when I get to that point, I'm out of control. And then you wake up and you're experiencing a hopelessness state of mind, man. And that's so powerful. And you can't get out of that without sobriety, man.
A reset, huh?
A reset.
We all gotta have a reset, man. And you know, so you guys you got a little business going on, and how did the addiction and that lifestyle play on that? You know, considering you went through college and you had all this going for you, and you got your business and your dad, and y'all are just, how did that coincide with the disease and how you were living?
Oh, so many boundaries are crossed. It's hard to set boundaries with people. You know, with that in the mix of everything, you know, boundaries get so faded and relationships get tainted The one good thing that we got is we got hard work. And I always would think, well, as long as I can go and do this at night and wake up and get my stuff done, everything's going to be all right. Well, that don't work. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're dealing with other people and you're dealing with family and you're dealing with friends and you're under the influence, that ain't the real you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That ain't the mask that you put on to make people think everything's all right, but internally you're seeking you're trying to fill some kind of void with an external source, man, and you feel empty.
So what did it boil down to? What did it boil down to getting you into this moment of change?
Man, I'll tell you what. When I could not when I knew what I was going to do was going to get me in trouble, I knew exactly what was going to happen, but I could not say no to it. And I did it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And once you get to that point where it controls, you can't take it or leave it. I knew I needed a higher power, man. And I knew it wasn't going to work for me anymore, man, because I've been doing it. You know, I came into AA when I was 22 years old, knowing I had a problem. But when you're around other people and you're in that party lifestyle and everybody's going, oh, man, you can control yourself. You can control it. Just try to do it differently. You know, you can't seek help without the help of alcoholic.
That's right. And you know, I want to read something before we keep going. You know, step 12, which we got through the steps pretty quick.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so listen, I want to read something on page 80. And this software, bro, it if I'm talking, let me stop because it won't let me hear or nobody hear what you're saying. So it says practical experience shows that nothing so much ensures immunity from drinking as intensive working with another alcoholic. It works when other activities fail. This is our 12th suggestion. Carry this message to other alcoholics. You can help when no one else can. You can secure their confidence when others fail. Remember, they are very ill. Life will take on new meaning to watch people recover, to see them help others, to watch loneliness vanish, to see a fellowship grow about you, to have a host of friends. And you know, that host of friends has to be people as you and me. Now, you know, it just cannot be those same people that entice us all the time. You know, because I've dealt with those. You know, and we still deal with those people who still say that same thing you're talking about. Oh, you can handle it. You're not an alcoholic. You're not a drug addict. Man, we can do it. I mean, I've seen you do it before. Yeah, and then I'm thinking to myself at the side, say, yeah, you've also seen me do some weird stuff too.
No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right, man. And that's the thing, man. It's just I got tired of balancing two different lifestyles. I got tired of saying one thing and acting differently. You know what I'm saying? When you're in that lifestyle, you know, and you're doing both, what you say has no weight. It don't have any meaning to it, man. And you know, when I say things now, I say them with clarity and say them with a purpose. I'm not just off the wall with my thinking and irrational and irritable. There's direction and focus in everything that I try to do. And, you know, that clarity that you have, you know, you wake up in the morning and you have direction in your life and you don't just feel like, you know, that you can just fly off the handle. Man, that's comforting. Very.
I agree. So, you know, we breezed through what it was like, what happened. Why don't you tell us what it's like now? How has your life been with, you've got what, 5 months clean, 4 months clean now, 4 or 5 months?
127 days.
Woo! Dang, that's amazing, brother. That's awesome, man. So tell us how life has cleared itself up and what good things are happening for you today because of recovery and God in your life.
Oh, man. You know, I don't deal with depression like I used to, man. Self-inflicted depression is probably the worst thing that you can deal with because, you know, it's a mental illness, but it's a mental illness brought on by yourself. So that's a double dip right there. So you're mad, one, you're in depression, and then two, you're mad at yourself because you gave yourself the depression. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, waking up and looking at myself and realizing that my higher power is guiding me has really affected just, man, relationships and friendships. And I can see the way people look at me now. You know, they're like, man, he's coming back. He's coming. My bad. Got interrupted.
That's all right.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
I do.
Who I am is who I am. Who God intended me to be is coming back. I can handle situations that used to baffle me. You know, I don't think irrational, man. I don't wake up and my face is all swollen up. I'm not waking up and I don't have holes in my wall. You know what I mean? I got money in my pocket. Shoot, dude. My business is going in the right direction. Relationships that have been tainted are being mended. You know, I don't live with that regret anymore. I don't live with that anxiety anymore, and that's something that used to just tear me up because I didn't know how to handle it. The only way I'd be able to handle it is with drugs and alcohol.
Yes,
you know,
I agree. So tell me what getting into the program, what grabbing a hold of a sponsor and working through the steps has done. You know, I like to tell people, man, that, you know, if you get into the program and you follow these suggestions and you realize that these suggestions aren't working, then you start backing off and maybe reforming them and making them a little bit of your own. But you have to get into the program and try them to at least know if they're going to work for you. And if you don't try them, then they don't work for you. So how has the suggestions of the programs and your sponsor worked out for you?
Well, I tell you what, the biggest thing that has kind of hit me is I was willing. I've been willing to make a change. You know, everybody's bottom is different. It don't matter how far down the scale you have gone. You know, there's always a hope. And when you are willing to make a change in your life, that's when your actions will start directing you, man. And you know, having a good sponsor, you know, has really kept me accountable and guided me through this program, which at first is like, oh man, I don't know what I'm doing, and what it's about, because ultimately it's not about not drinking. It's about being in touch with God. And that's what you have taught me, man. You know, the drinking is just a side effect of internal void that I had, you know what I'm saying? And trying to fill that void with substances. And once you can clear that out and get a relationship with God, and get good direction from another alcoholic and are willing to make a change, that's when change starts happening. But if you're not willing, you know, if you're not willing to make a change, I don't care who your sponsor is or what you're going to try to do, this program probably ain't going to be right for you, man. That's why it's hard for people, you know, their first time coming in to get this program, because they're not 100% willing. And that's what this program is about, willingness and being humble, humility.
Right. Well, the how of the program is honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. That's the how of the program. Once we get the how of the program down, then we can start working on what it is that is dragging us down and holding us like a noose. You know, a big thing about me with sponsorship is this. It's just a sponsor to me is someone who does exactly what you had just said. And of course, you're my sponsor, so we talk a lot. And so, of course, you're going to eventually talk like me. You know, I mean, and it's not because you're talking like me, it's because we're talking positively and successful now. So it's easy to talk the same when you're talking the same, because I mean, you got the same goals in mind. And that's success. When your goals are success, it's just like you just said. It doesn't matter about anything else because you've already got it in your mind where you're going. If I'm thinking of relapsing or drinking or any of that, I'm already pointed in that direction before I ever go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, and that's what has been a big relief to me, because those thoughts still come up in my mind. But it's just a thought now. It's not, because I'm very compulsive, you know, when it comes to stuff like that. You know, I would think about it, go do it. I would never think about, all right, if you take this is what's going to happen. And normally for me, it's about 2 weeks long. You know what I'm saying? It's a 2-week chase or longer. And, you know, I don't even like to think about whether I'm going to drink or not drink in the future, because to me, I ain't got no control over it. All I got control over is today. And I know today I'm not going to. And when you're thinking like that, you're living in the future. And what's been a big breakthrough to me is living today, living right now.
If I'm living right now and I have good intentions for tomorrow, which means I'm making appropriate and proper decisions today, then my future is no doubt going to be blessed. There's no question if I'm going to drink or drug anymore, because I'm doing the necessary steps today to ensure that I'm not going to ever drink or use again.
Right. If I can go back to that sponsorship one more time, man, sometimes sponsors, they don't click with you, man. And if that's the case, that's all right. Not everybody clicks with everybody. I've been through a couple. You know, I got with you and I said, man, this guy's going to work for me. I know it. I feel it. There's a connection there. There's something different about you that's going to work for me. And, thank God you pulled me out of that room that day and said, hey, let's go visit. And then from then on, man, it's just been a good relationship, man. And I really enjoyed it.
That's an important thing, is because I'm not nobody's mama or daddy. And if you don't have the willingness to change, you just said it a minute ago, and of course we all say it time and time again, if you don't have the willingness to change, it's not going to work regardless. So, it all depends on what your intentions and motives are. And if this sponsor is going to ride and nag you all the time, or if you don't get along with them, then if that's not what you need in your recovery and in your program, then find someone else.
Yes. It is, because ultimately it's about your sobriety and what it's going to take for you to get in that good, orderly direction.
So if you could, before we end it, if you could tell everybody what it is that you've done to achieve your 127 days of sobriety and what you continue to do as a daily maintenance, I think that would truly help them out.
Man, I did a 90 and 90 hit meetings. When I hit the meetings, when I'm hitting meetings, when I know that my mental's off, which it can be at times, when I go into a meeting and I apply and I try to give something to the meeting, because I'm a taker. I like to take. And then once I figured out, man, get out of myself and give, that's what relieves me of the bondage of what I want to do and what I think is right, because I know my actions have brought me here. And then when I'm in control of things, it ain't working, man. So, man, hit meetings, be willing, get you a sponsor, and don't worry about tomorrow, live in the day. Because the day, yeah.
Well, listen, Brian, man, I'm going to tell you what, man, I can remember the first day that I seen you. And you know, God tells me the people, he guides and directs me, and I listen to his guidance and direction. And he points the people out, you know, that he wants me to go speak to. And usually it's people that I'm saying, all right, you know, I'm thinking, you know, me and this dude really ain't got nothing. But that's me getting away again. And, you know, once I move me out of the way, then the miracle truly starts to happen. So, listen, let me read this, and then we'll go to that outro, and I'll hit you up on the other side. I appreciate it, man. It's been a pleasure to see you grow and see it. You know, I didn't tell you I was going to the meeting the other day, and you showed up. You know, it was truly awesome to keep seeing people that you help come to the light and just their life continuously get better. And this is what this is summing up. It's the bottom of page in Alcoholics Anonymous. It's the bottom of page 103, the last two paragraphs, working with others. It says, someday we hope that Alcoholics Anonymous will help the public to a better realization of the gravity of the alcoholic problem. But we shall be of little use if our attitude is one of bitterness and hostility. Drinkers will not stand for it. After all, our problems were of our own making. Bottles were only a symbol. Besides, we have stopped fighting anybody or anything. We have to. Brian, it's been awesome, man, to see you grow. I hope to continue to see you grow. And I hope that this channel continues to grow and reach out to people and help people, man. And I really do thank you for being the first interview that I had on this channel, because I really think that God has an intention for me to get on here and to do these things and just to, you know, grow. And I hope that you found somebody to sponsor. Have you?
Not yet, man. Not yet.
Okay. Well, you know, just, and there's no rush and no pressure on anybody, man. It's God will put somebody in front of you one day, and you'll be like, you know what, man? Come here, man. Let's talk for a minute.
Right. Right.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the interview. I'm Chris, and this is Brian.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, stay clean, stay sober, and let's do this shit let's do this stuff one day at a time. Be blessed, everybody. Here's the outro.